Tune in. The Black Hair Party presents the Real Talk Show, where we talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Friendship has everything to do with aura, love is a more, and purpose is about saving time. I am JRX36, and this is an All Ages Alliance production. I'm going to position the mic a little closer today. That way I'm not going off screen like that. Let's see how this turns out, JJ. JJ Everyday Day. So JJ Everyday Day. I move the mic closer. That way we can see how this works out with the mic a little closer. So today we're gonna talk about I don't know for I don't know how long. Um, it is 10:03 p.m. Eastern time, and today's day what, Jay? No, but what number are we on?
See, today should be day 33.
Today's day 33. 33. So what do we talk on day 33? Go ahead, double check for me. Tune in. The Black Hair Party presents the Real Talk Show, where we talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Friendship has everything to do with aura, love is a more, and purpose is about saving time. I am JRX36, and this is an All Ages Alliance production.
Okay, so I guess just add 11 to what day it is, if that's what you get. So right now we're on day 34.
And then if we could, oh, you put the parentheses, the January 22, 2021?
Yes.
So we can include the day, right? I'm not so, yeah, you can include a day, but moving forward, I want you to also, is there a way of adding the names of the people that appeared in it maybe? So that it comes, so that you see the name and then the names of the people that appeared? Like featuring, and then the names.
Okay,
featuring.
I guess we'll have to go through and add them in.
Huh?
We'll have to go through and add them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that'll be cool. And that way I could see what, who I spoke to on that day, and then it'd be an easy way to then get them grouped together. Tune in. The Black Hair Party presents the Real Talk Show, where we talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Friendship has everything to do with aura, love is a more, and purpose is about saving time. I am JRX36, and I am JRX36.
And I am Alexandra. I just seen your hair bobbing like this. What you got going on?
That was like my third time saying it.
It was taking me a minute to log on my stupid Chromebook.
You're cool. I was just practicing. Looking through. So this is what I'm telling Jaden. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
So you see how it says like it got Real Talk Show day 33, day 30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell him to go on and put on like the names of the people that attended.
Okay.
That way it'd be easy to go through. That way we can, so if I wanted to see or if Daniel wanted to see all the episodes that he wanted to, he could just find his name. You know what I mean? And then they'll all be there. Like this is the episode where we had those ladies.
Now our content is only with us right now, right?
What was that?
Our content is only with me, you, and Daniel.
Our what?
Our YouTube content. It's only with me, you, and Daniel, right? Our videos.
Is every video that we've ever done.
Right, but I'm saying it's only us that can watch it, right?
That what?
We are the only ones that are able to watch it, right?
Jaden, I think there's one more individual that you haven't met that I gave access to it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Who has access to watch the videos so far?
Alexandra, Daniel, and Pablo Mago.
Okay. Yeah, and Pablo Mago, whom you haven't met. He's an old friend.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Marcus, I'm gonna give my friend Marcus some access to it. Marcus said he'd be willing to like edit it to
Mhm.
get like the snippets of like highlights or whatever. So because I when we start going live, I'd like to then promote all the ones that we've done.
Okay, then.
Yeah, and then the ones that we've done, then the way that we can promote it is okay. So on day 18, you know, we were talking, Alexandra and me were talking about professional development as it relates to creating a course, and then then we can show a little highlight of us talking about it. Or on day 25, we're talking about da da da, and you can show a clip of it. And then just have clips to be able to put on regular social media, like when we do like our Facebook page, you know, then we can have clips that we could post that are not the whole episode, you know, for people to be able to like see. And then if they see it and they like it, then they might go watch the whole episode. But since we're gonna be going live, there's always gonna be some live content that we'll be doing. And I'm not sure if I told you, what I want to do is when we get to episode 42, I don't want to do episode 43. I want to call it episode 86. That way we can combine them, because you know how we did like 43 of the Real Talk Show?
Right. So you just added them all up together.
Yeah, because I kind of like seeing the numbers grow. Because man, like we're like, so basically we are on day 76.
And what's today? The 23rd, right?
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
That's a long time.
Yeah. So it's fun seeing the numbers. Like that motivates me to not miss a show, because it's like, you know, I want to see the numbers grow. And then one day I look for, like, I'm wondering, like, maybe, like, I don't go over the old. I tried that one time to go over some of the older shows. Like, I tried to like watch a little bit of it, but I don't really have the time. Like, I don't have the time. So I look forward to having the time where I can just binge watch all our shows. Like, I think that's gonna be cool to like just put it on like fast motion.
I know, like, to be honest with you, like now with the books, all the books and stuff that I'm reading and everything, I really don't have time, to be honest with you, because like outside of my homework and my studying and stuff, and then that's what I kind of do is read, you know what I mean? And I want to keep up with that reading, but pretty soon, at least I would say once I get my GED completed, that would be something definitely I could like just get into, just to go back and kind of view, you know what I mean? How we started off and how we kind of developed for where we're at now.
Yeah, that would be dope. I'm looking for, same thing with my Instagram, and I've been going hard on my Instagram. I think my
I don't
Instagram
even
is
got
dope.
no Instagram. You be putting us on Instagram?
Yeah, so if you go to my Instagram, you'll see my art and you'll see like a lot of my children.
Okay.
It's not really about me personally. It's my art, and then Janine's art, and then like videos of Juju. Every now he'd be throwing tantrums. I'll record his tantrums, or I'll just randomly.
So maybe I need to look. Maybe I need to advance to go to give me an Instagram, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Instagram. I like the format of Instagram. Like I'm looking at Instagram as like a tool to be able to get Janine and Juju on their own platform, like on their own social media. Because I mean, I've been recording Janine ever since she was really young, you know, with breaks in between, because I haven't always been like sometimes I'm usually never into two platforms at the same time. Or let me take that back. I'm usually never into Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Like, if I stop posting on Facebook, then I'm probably posting on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually never at both places. These days, I'm trying to be at both places a little bit more. However, it's different vibes. So when I go to Instagram, that's more like a bunch of my pictures, a bunch of my art, a bunch of Janine, a bunch of Juju, and that's it. With Facebook, now I'm putting my art on Facebook, but I never put my art on like this. This is a relatively new thing. I'm not sure when I started doing it, but it's a relative, like it's a new side of me that my Facebook friends and family hadn't known about at all. I used to write a lot more like messages on Facebook, like my thoughts, kind of like a journal, which again, so with my Facebook, it was really me talking to myself, not necessarily me talking to other people. So that's why when I go live, I look forward to going live because it's going to be me talking to others instead of talking at others. Right now, I've been talking at others versus talking to others, which is a different feel, because then people are gonna feel like, oh, he's talking to me, rather than talking some stuff I don't understand. Because usually, like whenever I would write, like my messages sound cryptic or like they're not as clear as could be, because I don't really like using regular grammar, like. And I like using the words that I like to use, and then that's a turn off for some people, and for other people, they're like, "What is he saying? He's confusing me." But I was really mostly talking to myself because I look forward to being able to only watch myself. Like I think that's what social media should be about. And like it's so like, so let me change it. It should be more like personal media rather than social media. And what I mean by that is like, imagine how much we're going to be able to learn from ourselves when we go watch all our own videos. Because we're going to hear how we're talking, the choice of words that we're using. Like you get to see, oh, that's how I was acting, or that's what I was thinking in 2021. That's what was on my mind. And I think that's like a good tool to improve yourself. Like if you want to become a better version of yourself, what better way of becoming a better version of yourself than to see an older version of yourself and be like, I wouldn't say that. Like, so Melissa, like I mentioned to you the other day, Melissa tagged me on a conversation that is like, we do real talk, but this conversation, like it was like about it was like a sexual conversation about like, so when I'll go ahead and put it out there, X rated. It was about, at least the beginning was about this, and then it turned into something different, or it turned into something more. A guy was asking or was saying that whenever he was having intercourse, and I'm saying intercourse, it was a different word. I like using different words nowadays. I like using the word intercourse than maybe sex, intercourse, but sex and intercourse is the same thing. But anyway, so a guy was talking about having intercourse with a woman, and okay, he said, when I have my intercourse with my woman, her vagina is regular, but when I stop having intercourse and then I have intercourse, it's like her vagina gets bigger or stretches or something. And then imagine the conversations that went down that rabbit hole. And then from there, that conversation went into not vaginas being bigger or whatever, but then like anal. And then I'm like asking, like, so that, so that's, I would be considered vanilla over here. Ha ha ha. You know what vanilla means?
Like a light-skinned person or something.
No, that means you're vanilla too. That means that, or let me take that back. Let's not even go there. But I'll just give you the definition of vanilla. So vanilla means maybe not sexually, like I guess like vanilla is plain.
Oh.
So if you got flavor in the terms of sexual, it's like you're willing to try all kinds of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was having a conversation with people that were not so vanilla, and they're willing to try all kinds of stuff. And then I'm like, so I used to work in HIV, and I used to like do like interviews on people's sexual practices and sexual life. And I had, look, I'm gonna say it, it's going there already. Like, I guess I came up, now it is the Real Talk Show, but this is an edited version of that. And all because I wanted to I guess I wanted to tell you this part, which is what made it extra, and why I don't even feel comfortable putting it so much, because it's like, There are some under 18s in my Facebook that I would not want to necessarily post this because it could be offensive to their parents. And I'm not trying to nobody. And this is the real talk show, so this is different. I do want to have the freedom to talk about that here, but I'm not really interested in going there at this moment. Maybe with a different person, not you necessarily, but someone else that wants to maybe go there, and then I can choose my words.
More, like kind of clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Even though this is the real talk show, like it's not. It's maybe about having some form of a filter. Hey, baby, maybe it is having. Yeah, because I'm not. I love language. I love language, and I think that we should be able to talk about anything and everything, like the Taboo Free Talk Show. However, I am interested in having an audience that would be willing to listen to us or to me, right? Like as one of the main hosts, I wouldn't want to be so vulgar that it tunes out a lot of people. It doesn't, and that doesn't mean I'm not gonna say what I think or feel, but I can say what I think or feel in a way that's not so vulgar. And I'm just saying that because of the role that I'm playing right now. Whereas in a different conversation, if maybe I'm shifting to a side role, then I could maybe speak a little differently. But if I'm the main speaker, then I want to be, less vulgar. But yeah, so I was like asking questions about what is like, like, because I heard like I don't even want to say it, like let me like, so if that part gets loose, doesn't that mean that brown stuff be coming out more? And because that's what I've heard, that is like,
oh wow,
yeah, people, so and then there were some individuals in the room, one lady in particular, good friend of mine, but she's like a sex ed teacher. Now, granted, I could do some sexual education, but there's some conversations that I would prefer not to be having, at least not in a public setting, even though it's necessary. Somebody's got to do it. I do believe that somebody's got to have these difficult, challenging conversations in a more public setting, because I rather the young people hear it from us than from Pornhub.com or did I just plug Pornhub? What? I just plugged the porn site. What was that about? Then some porn site. And I guess I plugged that one because that's the one I hear everybody else plug. You heard that? I just plugged the porn site. But ain't that some crazy stuff? But I was trying to say that. What's that? I think it's a spider. Careful, they be hopping. So yeah, so that was a very graphic conversation that I'm like, even though this is the real talk show, I don't know that I really want to go there. But yeah. I don't even know how we got on that.
I got my lesson plan done, exactly what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it.
Okay. You want to talk about it?
I am going to find 2 articles.
Yep.
I'm going to have him read both articles. And I'm going to have him write your opinion on exactly what you think. Did you like the article? Why or why not? Make sure you write 300 to 600 words.
And then from past experience, and then you can talk to him about this specifically yourself as well. I'm gonna just put it out there. Like the word "do you like" may be challenging. Like, because I don't got enough.
Which article did you enjoy reading the most?
Okay. That's one way of saying it. Or which one can you relate to the most, or which one do you think was better organized, or like, I'm just bringing up the attention that the word "like" may be challenged. Like, for instance, if you ask me what's your favorite color, I'm gonna be like, I like all of them. Like sometimes I like black, sometimes I like purple. Now right. I could say my favorite one is red. Like when I was younger, I used to have a favorite when I was younger, but then I started liking purple, which is crazy because I thought that red would be my favorite color forever. But then I made space for purple, and then I like black, and then I like all colors now. So I love the rainbow.
So you will be available on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Or did you want to schedule it for later on in the week?
Let's go Tuesday 11 for now. I don't have my schedule in front of me.
Okay.
But let's move it from 11 to like 11:10 or something, because I know that I have a meeting. Well, let's move it.
We can move it to Thursday if you wanted to.
Okay. Does that work better for you?
If that way you can be in there and sit in there with us and stuff.
Yeah, so I'll be able to sit in. I'm just trying to think about because I know I have a meeting just before, and they have.
Yeah, if you got a meeting just before, because you know how those meetings sometimes they may take a little bit over and stuff.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, so I don't want you to have to do it back to back, because anything can happen at a meeting. I know how meetings, like we be in meetings, sometimes they can end early, but when you know you got a lot of information ahead of you, you can go 20 to 30 minutes later. You know what I mean? And I don't want to dictate, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I waited, but will you be there Thursday?
Okay, yeah, let's do Thursday then. And I don't got my, like I said, I don't got my schedule in front of me, but I think Thursday should be good. Thursday 11 should be good, because there's not like a pre-planned meeting that I have that I can think of.
Okay, and then I'll just email my boss and let her know that Thursday I'll be
Okay.
And then we can plan 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I would think. You know, you whatever, you know, you could fill it out, see how it goes.
Okay, I'll just put 1 hour. If it lasts less than that, it lasts less than that, and we're done. 45 minutes to an hour. And then that's the 28th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that's gonna be like your first session, kind of like talking about the articles or whatever.
Yep, and that's gonna be with, now will you have more students, or we're just gonna do it with Jaden at that time?
Just Jaden.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the next students, I'm gonna just handpick those for you. You know, I have one young lady in mind, and with her, I want to, you know, see if I could, you know, get her interested in being like a youth instructor or, you know, teacher's aide, like to help me out.
Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll email my boss Monday. Or text her. And I will inform her that, you know, me and you discussed everything, and you'll be live with us on our Zoom.
Look, I had this on nonstop sharing. Let me stop share. Boo. Okay.
And then we'll eventually get into entrepreneurship, but I'm not gonna start off with that.
Now that could be very relevant, because I mean,
Think so?
Yes, because he got that, the jobs that he's getting now, I mean, they're, I guess, more entrepreneurship based anyway. Like, so he has this advertisement, like selling advertisements. That's entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Just got this, you know, I got to contact this lady who needs some help with some computer work. And then this could be the beginning of him, you know, finding people that need computer work. Like, I'm excited about
makeup. I'm gonna put this on a whole like curriculum thing. I'm gonna put in the articles. I'm also gonna type in, you know, the questions for the 2 articles. And I'm gonna include some notes for entrepreneurship. Now with those notes, I just want him to read over that and write down any questions he have, and then we can discuss it in our live. We're gonna talk about entrepreneurship.
Yeah, and you know, just how we do, you see how like if we could put words entrepreneurship, and then we put the definition, like we could include that.
That's what I'm gonna include in the notes for him.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna make it to where he can, not saying like he can't understand it, but I'm gonna make it to where
oh,
it's
that's
not
good.
all
That's
these
good.
complicated words. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you could use the same words, just put the definition in it. You know,
Gotcha.
that'll be good vocabulary for him anyway. And
Oh, and then another thing too, I'm gonna include the 5 words that I remember, the vocab words.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Right, each word. And with those 5 vocabulary words, I want them to write each word 10 times, and then I want them to write each word using a sentence with 5 sentences.
Okay. Sounds a bit old school, you know, old school could work.
Huh?
Sounds a bit old school. I remember doing that in school. You know, it's like these days you got spell check, so
It'll help him get familiar with words while using his writing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in agreement. I definitely believe it. I used to spell way better when I didn't depend on spell check. Now that I depend on spell check, it's like I'd be forgetting words and it'll fill it in automatically.
Okay. Okay, I got to change to Thursday at 11 a.m. I just named it Teachers Aid Youth Instructor lesson.
Okay. Day number episode 1 or something. You put a number 1 on it, and then you can start your own little. Oh, you got muted or something? I can't. Oh, you can't hear me? Because I can't hear you. How about now? Jaden. I'm muted. Like it's still recording. Let's see. I can't hear you. I can't hear you either. I just put that. Oh, why is that black? Oh, they got a copyright claim.
I guess what was the contact question? Yeah, I guess
We'll have to address that then.
Yeah, I guess hold on. Did Alexander leave? Like, did Alexander say she was gonna leave?
No, but she's probably came out and about to come back in. Yeah, she came back in to see if it works. Let's see. Tune in. The Black Care Party presents the Real Talk Show, where we talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Friendship has everything to do with aura, love is amor, and purpose is about saving time. I am JRX36. Her camera's not working either. I can't hear you if you could hear me, and I can't see you if you could see me. I can't hear you if you could. Okay, let me type on the text. Let's text over here. I cannot see you or hear you. Bam. Can you read my text?
Hold on, maybe she's connected to audio, cannot hear you.
Loading. LOL. Loading. LOL. But oh, it's still loading. This is
Yeah,
interesting.
this is probably on Alexander's side.
Hmm. Can you hear me? Okay, her signal's on. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. We will play a song while where's the DSTZ at? Is there like a shortcut to DSTZ? Let's see. Maybe sound cloud. Yeah. And why not? Let's go with a little bit of yeah. DSTZ Stay featuring Flora, produced by So Real. Wow.
First thought that came to my mind was where did you go? You used to call and
Can you get me some water, please?
You said you love me, but girl, you be doing
The most.
like having a nigga operate off wishes and hopes. When you're not around, I have to find ways to cope, especially when I can see a smile and hear your jokes. You're testing me and me while I keep losing hope. You're bringing out a side of me that people don't know. They keep telling me that maybe I should let you go. It got me thinking like, damn, what if I...
Can you give me more though? That way I don't gotta ask you for...
And the evidence show that we moving too fast. We can't do this no more. We both need time to grow. We both need time to show that this is what we want and that this is no joke. Baby, let's prove it, yo. Baby, let's make them whoa. Cause we be so in love, but do each other cold.
Thank you. DSTZ Stay featuring Flora.
Now there you go again, talking to your friends, telling
Why you talking to your friends? Get a man, jealous, and
take the advice just to hear to give. I know I'm not perfect, and I know I sin. I'm trying to
but you ain't perfect either. Find your purpose.
scratching the surface, and I got far to dig. Baby, with you by my side, we gon' do it big. So
Big, big.
or you gonna stay? Can you forgive me like the Lord for all my mistakes? Can you put up with some more and endure the pain? I'm in it till a nigga die, ain't playing no games. Just know the love we have be driving me insane. Remind me of that car crash when I didn't switch lanes. That shit happened to me twice and I ain't got no shame.
No shame.
Pour your heart until our time comes to an end.
I guess I should have listened to the people who said something that I could have seen. Stayed on your wayside, I was ready when you needed something. I could tell how you treated it.
That's Stay featuring DSTZ. You know, and while we at it, look. While we at it, let's go ahead and play another track. Real Talk featuring Flora. While I cue some Prince 8 on the background. Why am I only going to DSTZ and Prince 8? Well, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? You know, you just chilling back there. I know you listening. It's all good. You could enjoy the tunes, but it do be kind of dark. So let me think about that twice. Stop sharing. Oh, okay. JRX 36 presents Real Talk. featuring Flora.
Spending money on bullshit that'll never make our connection better. Tell me what you want. Done waiting on bullshit. I'm packing all of this real shit for her.
Yo, what's gonna make our connection better? That's a good point. Both. So we got money, sex, and connection. What you want? Money, sex, or connection?
Let's have a conversation without hesitation, full of explanation and thoughtful observation. You have a problem, say it. Don't be afraid to say it. My heart is on my sleeve, waiting for you to take it. My heart is cold as ice, so promise you won't break it. I don't like our love, I know that's complicated. I wanna do all of the things that don't involve me naked. I wanna make sure that
You hear
your
that?
love is good, just like bacon. I will keep all of
Vegan
the
bacon.
secrets like I keep the mason. If you believe and I believe, then what we have is sacred. Before we build a happy home, we gotta have foundation. Let's start with love, respect, patience, and communication. This don't have to be difficult, we can keep it basic.
Trying to disappear is what I'm trying to do.
Being in each other's faces, listening to music, staying at each other's places. Let's take it slow for now and see how far it takes.
Spending money on bullshit that'll never make our connection better. Tell me what you want. Done waiting on bullshit. I'm packing all of this real shit for her. Spending money on bullshit that'll never make our connection better. Tell me what you want. Done waiting on bullshit. I'm packing all of this real shit for her.
We got a blog. That's whack. All right, that was Real Talk featuring Flora. So we back, and I'm talking. So what you look for in a relationship? You know, these are the three, and I'm gonna include a fourth um, main areas of a relationship. But I'm gonna start with three. We got money, with money slash access to material things. So we got money, which is access to material things. We got sex, which is intimacy, and then we got connection, which in the most basic words is conversation. So we got money, sex, and conversation. Those are the main three elements of a relationship. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the chat box. We got money, bang. We got sex, bang. We got connection slash conversation, bang, bang, bang. Money, sex, and connection. And depending on how satisfied you are in these three areas with your partner determines the successfulness or the healthiness of your relationship. You know, if you got 1 out of 3, that's a no-go. I mean, if you got 0 out of, and when I say no-go, let me preface that by saying that a no-go doesn't necessarily mean you got to separate or that you should not be joined, because that could be an opportunity for growth. And over here, we good on growth. We believe in growth, especially if you were into a growth mindset. Okay, let's see if Alexandra's audio is working. In the meantime, I'll keep talking. So you got money, sex, and conversation slash connection.
Can you hear me now?
I could hear you now.
Okay. I
Good.
had a little technical difficulties.
That's good. That's good. Look, I played 2 songs from D Steezy and I shifted my attention and had my conversation on money, sex. I was gonna move forward.
So yeah, I was just going over with you like basically you said old school, but right doing the words or whatever and stuff. And then I think that that's what I'll do to start off with. And then we can meet. Are we going to meet weekly to start off with, or how did you want to do it?
You know, I want to let's determine that same day. We can set it. We can set it weekly, right? We can set it weekly.
I think we should. I think to start off with, to set it weekly, and the reason why, it'll give him enough time to
Okay.
read the articles, write the thing, do the words, and do the synthesis, as well as give you time to implement on whether, like, which students you would like to choose to actually be a part of it as well. And then he can email everything back to me. He can write it first if he feel comfortable writing everything first and then typing it up. That'll give him enough time to do all of that.
So
However it works.
let me give you some pushback, but it's all good. I'm down with that.
Mhm.
Because okay, so I would say cool. Let's do weekly on the writing. However, we have an opportunity to do something different. Maybe you could work with him on interviewing skills. You know, like how to interview. For instance, like how to interview for a piece of writing, but then it'll be practice interviewing, and then you can interview him, or he can interview you. And I do think that interviewing would be a skill that I would want him to learn. Like,
Now, would this be when would you be available though?
that's what I'm saying. We would have to like based on the date, like on Thursday, we can then say when would be the next best day to do it, which I would want to do it Friday, right? Like I want to get you practicing, just coming online. That way it's easier for then me to then shift you to another student. Because the more that once you start getting some practice in,
Mhm.
you're gonna get ideas, and things are gonna come up that then is gonna like be a good bridge for me to then be able to be like, okay, then this would also be good for so and so.
Okay.
Yeah. but
Also,
but if it's
so
overwhelming,
right now, what I'm going to include in the email with my boss is that we're going to start Thursday,
okay.
and you just have me practicing right now. This is just I'm getting virtual practice in, before I actually get with all the other students, right?
No, I mean, I'm calling it practice. I call this practice.
Okay, okay, okay.
So even though
So,
we're doing it, I call it practice.
okay.
Yeah, like so he's
So
a
I'll
student.
just basically
He's like,
I'll be basically assisting you, but you'll be taking the lead. However, I'll be the one doing more of the presentation and stuff like that.
yeah, because like, so
Gotcha.
for instance, like the young people I'm working with, I would I want to find someone to be like more like an assistant, right? Like that's like kind of like the main
Mhm.
thing is a youth instructor, assistant youth instructor, or or teacher's aide. However, Jaden has been doing that for me, in when it comes to paperwork, like administratively. He does a lot of forms for me. He does like data entry for me. So then, but I also want him to begin to be able to do more than just data entry, like be able to do interviews, be able to write, be able to um, uh, produce more from a different, not just like the computer. And then, but that's Jaden. But then I also have another young lady that I think would be great to like be my assistant. And what I mean by that is like I I can kind of show her how to run the program from a presentation standpoint, but then you can work with her in terms of how to be a good assistant, and then we'll work together to form like lesson plans for her based on what the skills that you already have. So it's like actually it is like if you're being like a teacher's aide for me, and then you're doing that by working with the teams.
Mhm.
So, and then each one of them is kind of like individual, like
Mhm.
Jaden has specific needs that may be different than other, but then there's a lot of overlapping. Meaning, so for instance, let's say that you do work out with Jaden on like interviewing skills, um, in addition to the writing, like, and then because you can tie it together, you can tie in doing writing articles based on interviews.
Mhm.
Then uh then how how that goes well, and then he can either teach someone else, or I can be like, okay, well, that went really well, let me give you another person that could be a good lesson for, and then we go from there.
Mhm.
Just
Sound
thinking.
like And then I gotta go to Walmart tomorrow, so I'm gonna make sure I get me a notebook for my to write my lesson plans in.
Mm-hmm. And then like the bigger picture with like the lesson plans is that look at it almost like a booklet, like over time. Let's say that you do 30 classes, right, in a couple months. Well, those 30 classes, some might be the same one repeated, and then some are gonna, and then there's gonna be a group that are unique. So maybe you have 20 unique ones and then 10 that were repeats. But then every time that you do a repeat,
I think after so many weeks, I think I'm gonna start the course over. Like maybe make it like a 10-week writing course. Or I'm not gonna say now, but I'm gonna look at it as that. But I'm gonna gradually, as I come along, then I'm gonna see. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And then I think a lot of that, you'll be able to figure out as you go along. Like, so for me, so then that means, for instance, if you do that 10-week writing course, if I was in your shoes, then I just probably wouldn't do any more writing courses,
Mhm.
But what I think is that writing courses for different people might be a little bit different. But it might not be, because you might already do those 10 writing courses, and then the next person I send you that should be doing a writing course should be like, okay, well, find episode 7 of me and Jaden where I talked about this, and then you do that assignment. You see what I'm saying? So then that might be what ends up happening. Whereas like then all the videos that you have done are videos that you can refer people to, and then you move on, and then you'll focus more on the next section of the teacher's aid,
Mhm.
But then you might find a new person that you'll be like, okay, well, this person may not be into, or I may need to do a new writing class for this person.
So what like beginning writers or team writing? I'm trying to think of what I want to call it.
Okay. Um,
I can get there. I don't have to name it off top.
yeah, and yeah, don't worry. I wouldn't focus too much on the naming of things, because over time they'll name themselves,
Hmm.
and then
Like I could be 3 or 4 weeks into the course, and I could be like, you know what, Julian, I think I got a name for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that. So I think that'll work out well. Yeah.
But I guess let's talk about what it looks like in the bigger picture. Based on my experience, this is how I think it'll unfold. You're getting practice teaching. Look, you're gonna get practice teaching.
Okay.
You're creating your own curriculum.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in my my notes from my boss. So practice for teaching.
And you're creating your own curriculum.
Okay.
Based on a student-centered approach.
Okay. Creating
Your own curriculum
my own curriculum
based on a student-centered approach.
based on a student what
Centered
approach.
Yeah. And then so what that means is, like, when you go to a college class, it's not student-centered. Is more, I don't know if I never heard the word teacher-centered, but it's not student-centered. What student-centered means that you're developing your lesson plans based on the needs of this individual student.
I'll also begin facilitation training in this as well, right?
Yeah, because then after you finish the class at nighttime, when we meet, if you're still open to meeting at nighttime, then we can discuss, when we don't have any other guest or whatever, I can talk to you about how you facilitated it, like we can do like a debriefing of how the facilitation went, because teaching is facilitating.
Okay.
So teaching is facilitating. So then we can debrief it, and that just means you get feedback. I'll give you feedback on how that session went.
Okay.
I'll be like, okay, and then we can even break it down. We could watch it on Zoom, like right here. I share my screen, and then I'll be like, oh, I remember this part, and then we can break it down.
Okay.
And that'll be the facilitation training.
Okay. And then what I'll just put is Julian plans for us to review the Zoom teaching videos.
Let's not say that. Julian plans to give me feedback on the Zoom meeting with the ability to review.
Hold on, give me feedback on the Zoom meeting.
Including being able to.
With the ability to what?
No, not with the ability, including being able to use the Zoom share feature to review clips of the Zoom meeting or the teen teaching or the Zoom meeting, but I don't know. I can't. You would have to read it back. Sorry.
The Zoom teacher meeting.
The
teacher Zoom meeting.
Or the teacher's aid Zoom class. Zoom class. Probably better. Teacher's aid Zoom class. So, because basically this is what I'm saying. I'm saying you could do the class, right? And then in the evening or the next time that we talk, I could give you some basic feedback. Okay, I thought it went well. It looks like he was engaged. I think the assignment was maybe not as relevant to him. However, the way that you were able to debrief the article with him or the homework seemed to have worked out, and then we can talk about it, so then that would be how I can give you that would be the beginning of the facilitation training, is basically giving you feedback on your delivery and preparation. Because now, you can get fancy with it. You could, and I'm not saying right now, but in what it means to get fancy with it, you could do PowerPoints. Like you can share your screen and then I can give you feedback on your PowerPoint. So and the PowerPoint could be basically your lesson plan. You can have.
So that's my main goal, is to be my goal is to eventually put my lesson plans on PowerPoints.
And that could be assignments that you give Jaden. And then you see how you're taking notes now, then he can take notes for you.
For PowerPoint, on PowerPoint, or?
No, like you see how you're taking notes right now so while you can be like, okay, Jaden, write this down, and then make it a bullet point and say and put it into a PowerPoint, and then we'll review that the next time that we're in the Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so that's one way, but once you'll probably want to make your own PowerPoint slides at some point. But I'm saying
I got you.
Help you with that.
Okay, and he can also send them to me too once I.
Yeah, and then and then you can edit them. Maybe you can have them started and you can edit, but you'll figure out how you want to do it. But what I'm saying is, in terms of so then you doing the teacher's aid training course is helping the teen, right? It's helping Jaden or whoever the teen is. And then you're providing a student-centered approach. So basically, Jaden has specific needs, X has specific needs, Z has specific needs, and we're talking about those specific needs, and you're creating lesson plans to be able to, meet their needs, right? Individually. That's kind of like the approach that we're having to the teacher's aid training program. And then and your curriculum is going to develop itself over time. Because, you know, you'll do one session for Jaden, you'll do a different session for another person, and then you'll repeat the sessions you did with Jaden with another person, or you'll refer people back to that first one. And then that's one area of professional development. You know, you're being a teacher's aide. But then when I give you feedback, then now we're talking about facilitation training.
Okay.
So then, and that's like a different area of professional development, because now I'm giving you feedback and I'm saying, okay, so your delivery was great, or you can improve your delivery on XYZ, or, you know, it appeared that that went over his head, or that was, you know, whatever, you know, I'll give you feedback on some basic feedback. And then that's where then you also have delivery, which is like, for instance, like in a teacher, that could be like a smart board, or or your choice of books. I'd be like, okay, so then maybe that choice of book was not relevant to his age group, but the way that you broke it down was better. But let's focus on maybe getting a book that is maybe more at his level. You know,
Okay.
just to give feedback. I'm just talking out loud, but what I'm basically saying is that the teacher's aid training program is one way for you to practice like being a teacher, you know, and creating your own curriculum. And then I'll give you feedback on how well you executed, you know, how it came out, what was your delivery, you know. And then what that'll do is then that'll make you a better presenter. And
Okay.
basically right now, like when you start the program, you're going to be presenting. You're a presenter, and you're presenting your curriculum, you're presenting your class under the topic of youth instructor. And under the topic of youth instructor, writing, reading, these are parts of what you teach, right? Because you want to teach reading in some level by introducing them to books. And then by being able to read passages. So it's almost like, okay, so then being able to help the child or work with the teen through your knowledge, right? Like good knowledge is one good aspect of facilitating. You have good content, right? But then the next level is your delivery. So how did you get your content and communicate that? You know, like, so, and then that could be with the use of props. So a book is a prop. You know, you could have a book, and, you know, you could be like, all right, you know, can you go to xyz.com and we can look at it together. You go to that screen, you share screen, and then those become elements of the facilitation or of the training. And then I can, as you do the courses or the classes, I can then observe it, because I'm gonna be in the room, right? Like, and I'm gonna be observing whether I might be what I'm planning is probably to sit next to him and then kind of like be able to watch, and then also maybe do my own thing. Maybe I'll probably take notes while I do something else, or I may just be able to focus entirely on the lesson plan. But what I'm saying is, I'll be giving you feedback on how it went later on. That way it can improve, you know, it can improve your delivery, it can improve your facilitation. So in addition to doing the Teacher Day training program, I'll give you feedback to be able to improve your facilitation. And then because I'm working with you on it, then we can begin to improve the course or the curriculum. Because I'll be like, okay, that was a good writing class. Looks like, and then you'll have some ideas. And I'll be like, okay, I think that should be the next one, you know, or maybe we should do that one and we'll talk it out. But then, so basically all I'm saying is that the facilitation training is basically debriefing, you know, and then like, so for instance, how do you debrief? So share with me how it went. Oh, it went da, 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 da. Okay. Interpret that for me. So like what you just said, what does that mean? When you said XYZ, what does that mean to you? And you'll be like, well, that means this. Okay, how about when you said this, what does that mean? And something like an example of that is, well, I think it went good. I feel like maybe I wasn't clear on this part. And I was like, what do you mean you wasn't clear? Like, well, how could have you been more clear? you know, and then in general, like how does that come up in maybe your other conversations or your other, you know, speaking, like when you're in a meeting, does that happen to you in a meeting? Do you sometimes feel like, so then I'm going to take that one experience and then be able to make it a bigger experience to connect it to you and your professional development, meaning like when you're presenting to the young people in your program, when you're in a staff meeting, because ultimately it's all one thing. Like if you're talking, presenting, you're facilitating a conversation. Well, you can facilitate a conversation with a team, or you can facilitate a conversation in a meeting, or you can facilitate a conversation in a workshop. So then being able to debrief it will be an opportunity for then you to be able to like me and you will like go behind the scenes and be like, okay, let's talk about, now that this happened, let's talk about it to see if there's areas that it could be improved, or what areas we're working really well, what areas we want to do more of, or, you know, and then build it from there. Does that make sense?
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
And then, you know, I have like a facilitation training course that I went through that then as you go through it, then I can expose you to it. And that would be, and by me doing it that way is a strategy, meaning like you might say, well, why don't we talk about it right now? And then what I would say is, because it's better for you to have the experience, you know, and after you experience it, then we can label the different elements of it.
Okay.
And then that is okay. So boom. So then, yeah, I like the way this conversation went, because I don't think we were talking about or thinking about it, or I wasn't thinking about it at this level, at least not in the immediate future. But I think that this could definitely be an opportunity for me to be able to create a course for you on facilitation, you know, on the go. Like I'm going to be coaching you while you're coaching others, or while you're teaching others. And I'm going to coach you, and that might be the better word. I'll coach you through the process of being a teacher's aide in terms of facilitating those discussions. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Then I got everything. I ain't gonna email her on the weekend. I'm gonna email her Monday.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just put it. Well, we meet tomorrow anyways. So I'm gonna probably write it out, and then I'm gonna see how does it sound to you, because I wanna like put it in some of your words too. You know what I mean? So she can know that it's coming from both of us.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. That's cool.
So she won't she's happy for me, you know what I mean? And I love to give her those weekly updates. That way she knows a little bit about what's going on, how I'm doing, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So so far I've been I send her weekly updates though. I know we meet daily, but I take notes, you know, how we meet, and then I just type everything up, which I need to start sending you some too. But
I mean, you have them all on your email anyway, so at some point you can just send them all to me anyway.
Yeah, I do got them on my email, and I also I've been saving them to my flash drive too.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that I'm excited about. This is a good bridge. This is a good next step, because it's going to allow you to get a lot of practice in an area that you want to get into, education. And then Jaden would be a good first student. And then as I get you students, it's like it's gonna improve your skills like dramatically, because it's like you're gonna be getting practice on what you want to do. You know,
before I even get started in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. And then I can give you feedback, you know, that can then sharpen your skills, you know. And then, because then really, like, if you can work with teens, then it's easy to work with adults, you know, because, you know, teens, well, I mean, let me just say, let me think about that. Probably, yeah, I don't want to take it back, because teens could be challenging to work with, because, you know, their attention, we think about the future way more than the average teen. The average teen isn't thinking about the future as much as we're thinking about the future. And now, granted, of course, there are teens that do think about the future, and there are teens that, you know, do a lot of thinking about the future. But what I mean by that is, like, when I'm not meeting with Jaden, when I'm not meeting with my other teens, a lot of time they're just living in the moment. They're vibing. They're talking on the phone with their friends. That's socializing, and then or they're just, you know, watching YouTube videos, prank videos, like, you know. So to get their attention and have their attention and not have them get distracted could be a bit of a challenge. Whereas adults, like adult learners, like if you're here, like right now, you're here because you want to be here, you're getting something from here. So it's easier to get your attention and have your attention. Whereas if you didn't want to be here, then you just wouldn't show up. You know? So I'm excited for you and for me.
Thank you.
Everything. So
thank you so much. Well, that being said, we're gonna meet tomorrow, same time.
cool.
And then yeah, we can go. We kind of got all that out the way, how we gonna do everything. So tomorrow we can meet. If you don't have a topic, I have a topic for us, okay?
Okay. That's what's up.
I'll make sure I got a topic for us then tomorrow. And then so I pretty much got my professional development squared out for the week.
Okay.
Then that'll give me enough time, like during my professional development days during the week, I could because I'm gonna actually be doing this along with them. But not the article part, but the, you know, the words. I'm gonna be strolling along with them doing that too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be watching, so I'm gonna be learning it. We all gonna be in it together. So
yeah. But other than that, everything good. Tomorrow 9 p.m. Anything else you want to add to it, or?
Nah.
Good?
That's all
Okay.
good.
Tell Jaden to get ready. It's Thursday at 11 a.m.
You hear that, JJ? Every day. He got a new game today, so he's been playing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on the Nintendo, on the Switch, the Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yep, I'll see you tomorrow night. Tell Bessie and everyone I said hi too, okay?
Hi, Bessie. She probably got headphones on.
Oh, okay. She in her zone.
I think she's on the Zoom with her sister or something.
Oh, okay.
Sisters be going on Zoom a lot, so.
They do? Okay.
So, alrighty. It was good talking.
Good night. Thank you, Julian.
Bye. So we about to end this live with a track. I'm not gonna put it too long. That way Jaden can do the outro. Jaden, dreams and nightmares. What's all that about? Let's see if that gives us time. Whoa. Okay. Oh, we got 3 minutes and 6 seconds. And
so now it says the seconds.
Well, I think because it's a countdown. And then you can do the outro real quick after. We want to get this blocked video and get it unblocked, which means we might need to edit it, right? Just to get it. I don't want no copyrighted, you know.
Cause I'm coming up, fake niggas try to play with her. I'm out of space with her. I'm on a date with her. Straight hitter, I'ma go get her. When I feel that pussy, I swear I get her wetter. You can try to talk, but I will not listen. All the time I lost, just cause I was wishing. Now I'm on the top, cause I found the bitch. You niggas be twisted, I passed the mission. Fake boy, I can fuck ya. You's a snake boy. got us dripping, diamonds on me dripping, dripping, dripping. Cause they don't know the pain I feel.
Okay, hold on. I'm doing something right now.
Now I'm counting hundreds, babe. These niggas be mad at us. These niggas just mad at them. They mad cause I'm coming. Fake niggas try to play with you. Out of space with them. I'm running big with them. Straight hitter. I'ma go get 'em. When I be in that pussy, I swear I get 'em with 'em.
Juju, that's can you go do the other thing? Tune out, tune out, tune out. The Black Cat Party has presented and only this for lines the Real Talk Show featuring JRX36 and Alexander Blockton. We will see you tomorrow.